سلام. أنا بعرف عربي شاي، عربي شوية، عربي بتاع جنوب السودان. I think I'll just probably speak in English. I wish I could speak properly in Arabic. I could try. The Arabic I know is for me to eat if I go and ask for something, you know. And so today it's a big day for me. Maybe for you, for all of you, maybe you don't know, but it's the first time people from Sudan, North Sudan, outside of Sudan, to invite me on an occasion to honor me and call me, come, welcome home. It has never happened. And today I was really, really tired, but that gave me energy. The moment I think about it, this is Sudan community. They still call me, I'm still part of Sudan, even though we've been divided by the politics now. What I see here is hope. It's hope that tomorrow is going to come. Even though we're divided by politics, what I see here, what I feel now, is that hope. And what is hope? Hope is faith. You know, hope is you're hoping tomorrow will come. And what is faith? Faith is the substance of the things hoped for and the evidence of the unseen. Even though our country is torn by war, I still believe that peace is going to come. So, for those who don't know who I am, and what I do is I travel around the world where I share my experiences for social and emotional learning. Because I believe when we tell our stories for social and emotional learning, we're able to put a spotlight in a dark place that make evil perform less. Maybe some of you don't know, maybe you used to hear the stories where you are, what is happening in South Sudan. I happen to be one of the survivors. And the first time I witnessed war, I thought the world was ending. My mother used to tell me, the world is going to end. And if we run from one place to another, even I remembered some of the words she used to tell us, said, we're all children of God, there is fighting. They're all killing each other. And I couldn't understand this. So that war, I'm sure each and every person here lost somebody in Sudan. You lost either an uncle, a brother, sister, or somebody you know. Or maybe some of you came here as refugees in Canada. You know? But what I experienced, I'll probably share a little bit. That war reached the core of my family. All my aunties died. My mother too died during the war. All my uncles died, except two. And I witnessed seeing people. The first person I've ever seen shot next to me, I was 5 years old. And my mother was trying to put that person back to life. And so, what happened then, people were divided. So I didn't know what war was all about. But I had an idea what war is all about. And so my father told me I'm going to go to school in Ethiopia. And so we had to walk hundreds and hundreds of miles going to Ethiopia. Arriving in Ethiopia, it was just only after a while. And then after a while we got trained. That's why I became a child soldier. And the training was difficult. What made me go through the training, I want to share with you so you can all know. I wanted to revenge for my family. I wanted to know who killed my aunties, even though I had an idea. One of the experiences I had is when we're traveling, because we used to be in Benteo, but we're traveling from Kadukli at that time, coming back to South. And one guy, you know Tania, you guys know the Tania. So we had our Tania, we were inside the Sudanese lorry, and one Sudanese, by that time it is called him Arab, took our Tania, and then I told Mom, our Tania has been taken. So my mom tried to get the Tania back. Then what the person told us was, he's not going to give us our Tania. And they started talking to each other. And he said, these are slaves. You know, like the way you could call a beat in Arabic. My Arabic wasn't that strong. And they form a movement to fight against us. They are not going to win because Allah is with us. And so I couldn't understand what he was talking about. So my uncle tried to take out Tania by force. Then they beat him up, beat my uncle. My mother tried to separate them. They beat my mom. So I jumped and bite one of the men on his leg. Then he held me and I blacked out. So I couldn't remember what happened next. But one thing I remember is, before I blacked out, there was a fight between them. One guy was trying to stop them, we cannot do this. They are Sudanese like us. The other ones were arguing, so they were all arguing. Even though we were beaten, some of them are disagreeing with what was happening. But I couldn't remember exactly. After we blacked out, I came back to life. So I don't know how we survived, would have all died. So that was the seed of humiliation was inside my heart, of hatred, to hate. But I would call it hatred of bitterness now. Apart from that, seeing my village burning and remembering, you know, when you hear, you can't understand it, killing or burning houses, and you see a soldier shouting Allahu Akbar. What does that have to do with killing children and women, you know? So those sounds, when I was in the training, I'm about to give up being trained, I remember the village burning, and I said in my heart, I want to finish this training. And once I finish, I want to kill as many Muslims and Arabs as possible. That's the desire I had. So I finished the training. War started, and then as we continued to go to war, you know, it was hard to find a person who looked, I was looking for a person who looked like those people in the track. I could define their color at that time. But the people who were fighting were black. So, but finally, I found one person, me and my other friends. And what we did is nothing that I can explain now. It's horrible. We did not want to shoot him. We wanted to use machetes and scream and do the worst thing you could ever see possible, because we're young soldiers. So we made sure we shoot him and remove his hand, but don't kill him, but we want him to feel the pain. But there was only 5 minutes of happiness that you've done something. After 5 minutes, human being is different. The face keep coming in your face all the time. You try to scream and try to put it away, it keep on bothering you. So there are different things that happened in my journey before I was able to be rescued. But I'm going to take a shortcut because this whole story is long. So finally, I escaped from becoming a child soldier one time, with a difficult journey where I almost ate my friend when we ran out of food, and got rescued by an aid worker called Emma McCune, where I was able to go to school. And now I'm here. And so, what am I doing with my work? What I'm doing now is, my message is about peace. And so I normally ask people, what is peace? You know, can anybody tell me what is peace in your own word? What do you understand by peace? Anybody want to give it a try? peace. No war, she's saying no war. Anybody want to give it a try? Anybody? Peace. When you think about peace, what do you think about?
Love and life.
Huh?
Love.
Safety.
Love and safety. Yes, I like that. So, peace to me, the way I look at it is justice, equality, and freedom for all. Peace is when there is food in my belly. Peace is opportunities. Peace is conflict management. When conflicts are managed in a mature manner, that the violence is prevented, that is peace for me. But how did I reach to be able to do what I'm doing now? It would have not been possible if I was not taken to school, was able to read and understand. When I was put in school in Kenya, Kenya shocked me to be in Kenya. I find Muslims and Christians staying together, Arabs, they're not killing each other. I went to school, there were many good friends, some kids coming from Saudi Arabia to come and study, and they're nice to me. Some will give me chocolate, some will talk to me, but in my heart, I'm thinking bad. I'm thinking, look, if I find a chance, imagine you being taken for a dinner, and you meet some Arab and you have a knife with you, and your head is saying, this is my chance, I can cut his throat now. You know, those are the things I had in my head. But these people were nice, they were generous, they were laughing, but inside my heart, I'm saying the worst thing possible. So, going to school changed my mind. I was able to discover the truth. I came to understand what was killing us was not Muslims and Arabs. What was killing us was the land. What was killing us was the resources. What was killing us was the oil. And so when my understanding changed, that was when I was able to do this peace work. I was able to forgive. And the first person I was able to forgive was myself, because I used to feel sorry for myself. I used to say, if my father was here, you know, if wars never happened, I would have been doing all of these good things. So I managed to forgive myself. Then I was able to forgive what happened. But the good thing that happened, it would have not happened without reading. It would have not happened without opening my ears. And so, by discovering the truth, when I found out is, all human beings are the same. It doesn't matter where you are. And what happens is when resources become scarce and the population of the people increase and the adults runs out of ideas, what will be the next thing is the adults will create ideologies, and those ideologies will be extended to people of same faiths or same colors as them, and then they go and invade others. And I can go back to the tribe I come from. I come from the Nuer tribe. And when I was growing as a little boy, I used to hear that Dinka people, they eat people. And so as a child, you grow up, Dinka eat people. So they're not human beings. You get excited when the elders go and steal cows from Dinka and come and sing the songs of how many Dinka they kill and how many cows they've taken. And then as a kid, I didn't feel sorry for Dinka people because they're animals. And that's how I believed as a kid. We believe we're special human beings and we deserve the cows. Even though when I had a best friend, one of my best friends was a Dinka, and we used to sleep together. At night, I used to think a tail is going to come out of this. That's probably, it's going to bite. So now you're here with your friend, you stay for years. Years. You know, the belief is very powerful when it's put in you. I think everything changed when I was about 18. Can you imagine? 18 years, that's when I started to know, oh, those things were stories. Actually, Dinka don't eat. But all that time, 16, 17, I still believe, even though I was in Kenya. Those stories have been embedded in my head. And so, Dinkas had their own ideologies. They believe that they're born perfect human beings. Everything beautiful, all cows belong to them. The land is theirs. So they used to train their children. We are the owners of this land. Everybody here, we don't know where they come from. We're the special one. So the cows they have are ours. So they train their children and they come and take cows from the Nuer. So you see, every tribe had their own ideologies. Then I compared the same. The only time people were fighting was in the season where there's not enough food. When resources are scarce, that's when people are going to invade and kill each other. So I can compare this with what Arab did in Sudan. They came, they taught everybody Allahu Akbar as you bow down, screaming Allahu Akbar, your hands are tied back and you're sold as a slave. The land was taken. And then if you look at it, they use the name of Allah. And if you look at the Quran in itself, is all about love and peace. The entire country was taken. What were they looking for? Land. Why were they taking slaves? So they can build the future, the life they want to see. Everything. So I began to understand there's no difference with what the Nuer and Dinka were doing and what the Arabs came with their ideologies. It's the same. Everybody's looking for food and opportunities. And then I compared the same thing with when European came. I came to realize all Europeans are the victims of their civilization. You know, you go in Europe, inside Europe, the children of the poor people were promised that there's a better land somewhere, and the people there are savages. Oh, something to clean their conscience. So young men were trained, and they're sent, they have best technology, so they came, they colonized Africa. Where did the genocide happen? Millions of people died in Africa. If you talk about Sudan, millions of people died out. There's a song being explained to me early on that is a famous song that created a revolution. I don't know, a doctor was explaining it to me. I don't know, you guys remember that song early on he was singing? Yeah, and so I say, I like that song. What is that song about? He said it's a song that was sung in a difficult time and it mobilized people for freedom. So now comparing all those points, I discovered the truth. So now, should I continue to hate and follow what everybody is doing, or should I choose a different path? And that's why I chose a path of Nelson Mandela, I chose the path of Gandhi, I chose the path of... And that's why I chose the path of William Wilberforce from England, who campaigned and decided to abolish slavery. And then I came to understand all human beings are the same. You know, we all want one thing. We all want food. We need shelter. We need clothing. And it's happening now in Sudan. There is war now in Sudan, in South Sudan and in Sudan. What are they fighting for? They're fighting for justice, equality, and freedom for all. Why would somebody take away justice? Why would they take equality away? Why would they take the freedom away? The reason they're taking it away is because they want to control opportunities. And then those opportunities, they give it to their friends, their families, and people they like. And my understanding has increased. And if I look at it now, we come here to Canada, you realize the way Canada is those who know will always exploit those who don't know. If you know something, then you're valuable. Just imagine if you know how to convert chicken into gold, what's going to happen to you in Canada? If one of these women here knows how to convert chicken in the kitchen into gold, and then you know how to turn pigs into diamonds, then you'll be something else. And so that's the way I found out here. And so as I travel around the world, I try every day to know something. So when I go somewhere, people see me, I know something else. It could be a word that I'm speaking, or it could be the message of peace that I'm pushing for. And so this is what I do now with my life, which I think is fun. And the other thing is, I'm now a recording artist. I act, but I do my charity work, which I'm not going to explain. One of the things that probably I may say here, so probably maybe you guys may know. One time I thought I was really, really famous, that I would raise money to build school in the village where I come from. I ate 1 meal a day for 662 days. I was humble. It took me I thought it was going to take me a month. But when I went to the village and I told the kids, hey, I'm eating 1 meal a day, the kids telling me, what are you talking about? We eat 1 meal a day anyway. And I told them, oh, where I come from now, I choose to eat 1 meal a day. And the meals I'm missing will be used to build your school. Other people are joining. And in this place, and so I told them, in this place I come from, people die of fatness. And the kid look at me, what do you mean people die of fatness? You mean there's so much to eat that they grow fat and die? I said, yes. And he said, that's the coolest death ever. And so, if you look at it, that's how I was able to gain my respect. But just before I go on, because I'm going to probably do one spoken word and then finish with another South Sudanese style of singing. But I want to do a spoken word in English now. I wasn't prepared to come and do you guys with the sound and everything, but spoken word is, in Arabic, how do you call it? Poetry, how do you call it? Huh? Share. Like share or share? Share. Oh, wow. Okay. So this is how the spoken word goes like. It's dedicated to a friend of mine called Lual. We were between 200 to 400 young people. We planned an escape from becoming child soldiers. Only 16 people survived. But I want to dedicate this song to South Sudan now and Sudan. So this is how it goes. It goes like, my dreams are like torment. My every moment, voices in my brain of friends that were slain. Friends like Lual who died by my side of starvation. In the burdened jungle and the desert plain. Next was I, but Jesus heard my cry as I was tempted to eat the rotten flesh of my comrade. He gave me comfort. We used to raid villages, stealing chickens, goats, and sheep, anything we could eat. I knew it was rude, but we needed food. And therefore I was forced to sin to make a living. Forced to sin to make a living. Sometimes you gotta lose to win. Never give up, never give in. Left home at the age of 7. 1 year later, live with an AK-47. By my side, slept with one eye open wide. Run, duck, play dead and hide. I've seen my people die like flies. But I've never seen a dead enemy, at least one that I've killed. But still as I wonder, I won't go under. Guns barking like lightning and thunder. As a child so young and tender. Words I can't forget, I still remember. As a sergeant command raising his hand, no retreat, no surrender. No retreat, no surrender. Yigish, I carry the burn of the trump. War child, child without a mama, still fighting in the struggle. Yet as I wait this new war, I'm not alone in this drama. No sit or stop, as I reach for the top, I'm fully dedicated like a patriotic cop. I'm on a fight, day and night. Sometimes I'm doing wrong in order to make things right. It's like I'm living a dream. First time I'm feeling like a human being. The children of Darfur, Your empty bellies and they're telling us you that I'm fighting for. Left home, don't even know the day I'll ever return. My country's water. Music I used to hear was bombs and fire of guns. So many people died that I don't even cry no more. Ask God, question, what am I here for? Why are my people poor? Why and why? When the rest of the children were learning how to read and write, I was learning how to fight. It's snails, vultures, rats, snakes, and anything that are alive, I was ready to eat. I know it's a shame, but who's to be blamed? That's my story, God bless. Thank you, Asim. Shukran. Thank you.